life is crazy. I never thought I would get to have a presentation like this, and oh, it works. Today is not about business, it's 5% about business and 95% about life itself. And life has its mysterious ways. I'll talk about my journey. That was why I got invited here, for you to get value from it as well, hopefully. But my journey is not only from Poland to the Netherlands, not only from having big dreams to achieving them, not only from doesn't matter. Everything will be freestyle. This part I learned in my head, and other than that, it's gonna be freestyle. But anyway, the real journey happened from mind to heart in my case. And it didn't got updated, but I'm the CEO of the Endless Quotes Institute. As you will see, there are many quotes in this presentation, and I know the board made a bet how many quotes there will be. So let's start with the first one from U2, one of my favorite bands. And it says, "We are one, but we're not the same." So I would like to get some interaction in the room to start with. And I have one question to you guys. Who believes that they already have entrepreneurial mindset developed? Can you raise your hand? Okay, anyone says maybe? Okay, some of you. Who says no? I don't have entrepreneurial mindset developed. Okay, I see. So I have some other questions to you guys. Who is international in this room? Who moved from another city in Netherlands to Tilburg? Okay. Who would like to start their own business in the future? Okay. Who would like to make the world a better place? Okay. Not everyone. It's all good. It's all good. No right or wrong here. And in my eyes, you all already have entrepreneurial mindset developed, and you're here in Enactus and in the right place to develop it even further. To me, entrepreneurship is all about thinking different, being outside the box, thinking outside the box, thinking different, as Steve Jobs was saying, and the whole Apple was basically based on this idea. Think different, embrace the uncertainty. And another quote, those who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that actually do. And here a little bit of theory, life cycle of a business, right? We all probably know these things. I didn't invent it, it's in the books. Startup, rapid growth, maturity, decline, and then the company either dies, so death, or gets reborn. Does this picture remind you of anything? Any ideas? Excuse me, can you speak louder?
I didn't say anything.
No? Yeah?
Or like life as humans.
That's it. Bingo.
Except for rebirth. Yeah.
Bingo. Except for rebirth?
Yeah.
Okay. Bingo. That's the right answer, I feel like. Because we all are humans at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, we are. And the process of life could be either linear, right? We are born and then we grow old, hopefully, and then we die. So in that case, yeah, you may be right. There is just death, and then that's it. Game over. Endless. Nada niente. Or there is possibility of a circularity going on here, and it's no right or wrong. It's up to you what you believe in, right? I personally choose this one. I think it gives me more hope, more faith, and more enjoyment from the life itself. And also the picture I found on the internet, I didn't design it, I copy-pasted. Metamorphosis happens inside. And we go through this process, we change forms, shapes, and we grow as human beings. Another quote, life is not the opposite of life. Life has no opposite. Death is the opposite of birth. So, it's a little bit of my journey now, but I hope you can resonate. I made it in such a way that I'm talking about universal struggles that we all face. So So this is how my birth came about. In November 2001, this guy was born, and in Warsaw, Poland. And I developed, already had, since day one, entrepreneurial spirit. And this picture tells more than 1,000 words and 1,000 other pictures of mine, even though I grew a little. But this picture tells a lot about my mindset, but already back then, and even more so now. And why? The story goes that I was a few months old here, a few months young. My parents bought me a wooden bed for me to sleep in and stay in. However, I didn't spend a single night in that bed. I always wanted to get out of the box, get out of it, think outside of it. And every time they put me there, I just tried to stand on my feet and bite on it and just escape. And I feel like it tells a lot about my entrepreneurial journey and made me who I am now, already back then, entrepreneurial at heart. Big dreams and falling in love, this chapter is called. I was 14, 15, huge dreams. Here is me and my friends. We were having big dreams to start our own fashion brand, and we were all into streetwear. We wanted to get rich and famous, and that was our big dream. In Poland, it used to be a huge community. I see some guys smiling. We got it before. We also been there, I know. And also, one thing led to another. I don't have much time, so I won't go too much into details of the stories. But I fell in love with a girl from the Netherlands, half Tanzanian, half Dutch. I started to visit friends here. I made my own community, and I just kept on coming back as a teenager. And then this picture from The Hague represents me dreaming of being there on a daily basis. Be here, and that was my huge dream. I felt it intuitively at heart. I want to be here, and I didn't even know why exactly. Of course, back then that was the girl. By the way, we're not together anymore. But back then, that was my big motivation, and I felt, ever since I came here for the first time, I felt intuitively that I love it. I fell in love with the country, with the girl, and the way the country made me feel, and the diversity of everything around here. Like, I look around you here and I see the whole world gathered in one place, and that's exactly what brought me here to the Netherlands. And I'm glad I'm here, and it's been 4 years now, and I'm not looking back. I'm looking only towards the future. The journey continues, and this chapter is called Smiling Without. So to the outside world, I was happy, I was smiling, I was just the happy person, the happy guy. And getting lost as well in it, because when I was on my own, I didn't feel happy at all. And to the outside, I was selling this image of me being happy and open and cool and fun guy to be around. But when I was on my own, that was not the case. So it was a bit of a Joker type of play, put on a happy, smiling face. So I had quite a few friends in Poland. I thought like I have so many, but then same with business. If everyone is your customer, no one is your customer. So if everyone is your friend, then no one is your friend in the end. And then also I was partying a lot, drinking a lot, smoking cigars, feeling cool, But it was just escaping from facing myself. And then I just started to ask myself a question. Do I have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? Do I want to stay where I am, or do I want to go into the unknown, jump into uncertainty with both feet and embrace this uncertainty fully? So I didn't feel good, and the quarantine only made me aware that I want to get away, but I didn't know how. Like, I was forced to be on my own, and then I realized how bad I actually feel, and there was no escape, because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with the person I am. And actually, I have a little poem for you, because as a hobby and a passion of mine, I write poetry, and write it even more now. It's called You. The most important person on earth, the one you know from birth to death. This acquaintance goes even beyond life, everlasting strife. Getting to know this person is a complicated process. Sometimes there is no sight of progress. In the best case, it may take you a few years to discover who is the ace of spades. Independently of losing or winning, everything has its beginning with that person, the one you see in the mirror. And why I read you this is because I realized that the real change happens inside out, not outside in. So for the world to change, for one world to change, I have to change. Otherwise, nothing will. And this quote from Einstein summarizes my decision then. When it doesn't feel right, go left. The one who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The one who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever been before. So I did. I went left and went literally to the west, to the Netherlands. And this fix or growth, I didn't even know already the answer. Entrepreneurial journey started here at Enactus. In the first year, when I came here to study entrepreneurship, business innovation, bachelor's, I joined Enactus a few months afterwards, and this was the beginning into entrepreneurial journey for me, and also the sustainable mindset started to develop. So then I realized how important it is that if I start a business, or when I start a business, because I really wanted to do that since I was younger, as I told you, I wanted to do it in a meaningful way, responsible, socially and environmentally. There is marketing committee, right? You still have, okay, there is already members. So I was the first one to be there. It didn't exist before, so you can see the original marketing committee. It's nice, it's still up and running. So then the further chapter, searching for answers and going within. I wrote a book of poetry, it got published. It was not a perfect process, however, more are to come very soon. And I started to read books, I started to search for answers. I was longing for, I needed in my life to get some clarity. And then also I met people along the way who made my life better and established real friendships. And you say that friend in need is a friend indeed. And I've been to really the lowest of the lows, and there were people there that helped me to pick me up. And making dreams come true. As I said, today is 5% about business, 95% about all the other stuff that are out there. But I made my dream come true. I made a clothing brand, Thirsty Clothing. And we are thirsty for driving change and meeting the right people at the right place at the right time. Jakub in the middle, who studied with me and was part of Enactus himself as well. That's why I joined initially. We bonded like brothers. He is the first friend I ever had, like proper friend I ever had, who was there with me in the darkest hours and literally saved my life. Another chapter, Veni Vidi Vici, the studies I conquered entrepreneurship, business innovation, check, in the bag. Marketing management, masters, check, in the bag. I'm gonna graduate on Thursday, by the way. That's why this picture from last year's graduation, but well, I'll have some more very soon. And then smiling within, more and more. The smile from inside started to appear more and more. And then I was climbing the stairs, right? Primary school, middle school, high school, and then, okay, some decisions. In my case, I knew deep inside, okay, there's no other way than to be here in the Netherlands. And then bachelor's, all right, yeah, pretty obvious option. And then master's, also the path was leading towards that. And then I was coming towards the end of the stairs, few months back, and I was like, shit, what's happened? What's gonna happen? And then basically this question, what's next? I was getting that question on a daily basis. I was meeting all types of people who wanted to talk to me, or we briefly interacted, and they were saying, oh, so you graduated. Oh, what's next for you? What you gonna do? And I was so scared because I had so many questions, but no answers. I didn't know how I'm gonna make my money in the end, where I'm gonna live, what I really wanna do. So I was really struggling last semester. However, I had to take a leap of faith because the stairs were ending at that point. And then the question was, do I fly or do I fall? And for so long, I was so scared, I was like, okay, I'm gonna fall, and there's no other way. However, starships are meant to fly. And once I took this leap of faith, life itself took me under its wings, and I really flew to the sky. These are pictures from Norway. I went to Norway in the summer, and I highly recommend if you haven't been yet. I went there really into myself. Of course, discovering beautiful landscapes that goes without saying, breathtaking. But these two pictures, I ended up going on I was with friends on a road trip, but I ended up taking a kayak from a local camping. And then went there on my own, and then I had this deep realization that I am rock solid. I just built the strong foundation within myself to build on top of. And a few years back, in the first year or second, I was already walking on this path. However, I realized that I wasn't quite there yet, but now I am. And I realized that I became my own best company, and we built this strong foundation. So this chapter is maturity, and I'm living and breathing it now since a few months ago, basically. And this quote from Rumi: as you start to walk on the path appears. Really, one step at a time. I didn't know all the answers, I didn't know where it's leading to. However, one step at a time, taking those steps with faith, I ended up being where I am now, which is happy, grateful, taken care of as well. And this quote, there is no higher purpose than service to others, really demonstrates that. I got a job at Iconic. Iconic was mentioned earlier. You will be seeing me around for your events, for feedback evenings, whether you like it or not. We'll see each other some more. And I didn't even apply for this job. It was really given to me. I was just open. I was having hopes and dreams that life will take care of me. However, I didn't expect it to be this way. But Gert van der Bouw, you will meet him soon. He's the business developer of Iconic, and he's one of the kindest person I've ever met. Now a little bit about Iconic, just for you to know what we do. We inspire, activate, support, and collaborate. Inspire the entrepreneurial mindset that I believe you already have, and if you don't believe, then you will start to believe in it soon. Activate, we organize a bunch of events, workshops, and networking events where you can develop as a person and as a professional and upcoming entrepreneur. Also, there is the Tilburg University Challenge that me and my team, we won 2 years ago. Last year it was the team of Enactus and great team of Homu who took home the audience award. So basically, whether you like it or not, one of your teams is going to be the winner this year because the legacy has to continue. So we just have to win the audience award, and if I can, I will help you to get there. And that's where support comes in, because we give a lot of support, guidance, feedback, and in any way possible, we help. And as I said, there is no higher purpose than service to others. I love to help, not only as my job, but in general, as a person that I am. And you can reach out to me with anything. And we collaborate also with the other partners, building the one large ecosystem. And a few more quotes to end this presentation with. I hope you're not bored and not sleeping yet. I see you open eyes mostly. So be the change you wish to see in the world. That's my mantra. That's what I live and breathe. However, I would like to add more to this one. Oh. Okay. Any Macklemore fans? Yeah. Those was a very confident hands up. All right. So a song that is not that well known as Thrift Store, but Victoria, and it goes like, now they say don't forget where you come from, don't die holding on to your words, because you know that you got a whole world to change, but understand who you got to change first. Does it work? And one quote of Rumi, once again, that really summarizes my story here. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. And a few closing words from an open heart, from me to all of you. As you noticed at the beginning, my memory sometimes is not that great. That's why I will support myself with this little notebook I have here. All right. Okay. Dear Enactus members, I wish all of you to stay open to whatever life has in store for you. I wish you to find happiness and joy in whatever you do, wherever you are. Embrace all the journeys and adventures to come. Find peace in your heart. Even in times of doubt, you are always enough. In the end, you are all you've got. So wrap yourself up in love and care. Be the first book you take from the shelf. Keep shining bright as the sunshine that you are. Even if everything around you seems dark, look again. You may be the light. Keep changing, growing, evolving. Spread your butterfly wings. You never know what future brings. I'm sure it's full of beautiful things. Thank you very much.